to introduce the Woods Tea Company. They're a Vermont-based music group, but they're also international. And why would that be? Any idea? Canada, that's right, they played in Canada. So let's give a big round of applause to the international.
Thank you very much. Playing in Canada isn't all that great. You have to do everything in metric.
When the sun goes down over Dublin town, the colors last for hours, oh. The lights come on, the night's a song, and the streets all turn to gold. A gentle mist of heaven kissed like teardrops off an angel's wing. Don't you know you cleanse your soul with a walk in the Irish rain? Oh, Catherine, take my hand, I got 3 pounds and change, and I'll sing you songs of love again. And when I get too drunk to sing, we'll walk in the Irish rain. Forevermore I've stepped ashore, my sailing days are over, oh. Time and tide and by your side, together we'll grow old. I put my sea bag in the bin, I brought these pretty flowers home. Kiss me, Kate, we'll celebrate before the bloom is gone. Oh, Catherine, take my hand, I got 3 pounds and change, and I'll sing you songs of love again. And when I get too drunk to sing, we'll walk in the Irish rain. Tinker and a tailor and a drunken old sailor, they all get together and start to play. Time stands still when they sing their fill, a shout till the break of day. Sweet little lady with a glass of stout, drinking it down till the foam runs out. She'll help her old man home again with a walk in the Irish rain. Oh, Catherine, take my hand, I got 3 pounds and change, and I'll sing you songs of love again. And when I get too drunk to sing, hey, I'll walk in the Irish rain. Oh, Catherine, take my hand, I got 3 pounds and change, and I'll sing you songs of love again. And when I get too drunk to sing, we'll walk in the Irish rain. We'll walk in the Irish rain.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. We are the Woods Tea Company. We're from northern Vermont. It's our first in-state show in a while. We're just getting back from a tour over to Maine. It's nice to be home on that.
I'm going to do something inspirational for you now, for those of you who haven't been to church. And you know who you are. I know God. First of all, she's Scandinavian. Well, the man said to God, what's 1,000,000 years to you? God said, a minute. And the man said to God, what's $1,000,000 to you? God said, a penny. Well, the man said to God, would you give me a penny? And God said to him, yes, I will, in a minute.
It's a wonderful audience, but we're going to need an applause sign for the short songs. Yeah. How many people have seen us before? All right. And we're all, well, despite all this technical equipment, we're running our own sound, so I should ask if it's loud enough or too loud out there, or it's just right. How many people for louder? Okay, we can do that. Well, you're sitting in the front row.
We could turn it up till your ears bleed. Rock and roll people there. Don't worry, you'll go deaf.
Okay,
That'll solve the problem.
We're going to do a couple of instrumentals. The first one is a tune that we played at one of Michael's weddings.
Thanks for laughing at my pain. If this marriage doesn't work out next time, I'm just going to find a woman I can't stand and give her my house.
That's Mike Lesson, Mr. Bitter. This is a tune called the Unst Wedding March. Unst is, of course, an island in Great Lake Champlain.
Lake Champlain is not a great lake. It's a pretty good lake. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Right. What a wonderful audience. We're going to do an Irish drinking song like you needed an excuse.
It's a tune called The Wild Rover. We do a lot of pub songs. We used to make our living basically in the Irish pubs and biker bars.
Actually, we never made a living at it.
Depends on how low your standards are.
It's true. I'll repeat myself. I never made a living at it.
Anyway, we're doing this now, and it's a lot better, I'll tell you. As our publicity says, we went from biker bars and Irish pubs to Lincoln Center out in Nebraska. Anyway, we still have a lot of love for the Irish drinking songs, and this is a tune called The Wild Rover. Your part is to sing on the chorus if you like, but clap in a descending geometric pattern. So it goes like this. It's no, nay, never, clap 4 times. No, nay, never, no more, clap twice. Will I play the Wild Rover, clap once. No, never, no more, clap a half a time.
Eh?
A lot of people just sort of do it like that. But the preferred way is to just give a high five to the person next to you. Any way you want to do it, just clap hands with the person on your left or on your right, or both.
I've been a wild rover for many's a long year. I spent all my money on whiskey and beer and lovely women, and now I'm returning with gold in great store. I never will play the wild rover no more, and it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more. Same to you. I went into an ale house I used to frequent. I told the landlady my money's all spent, and I asked her for credit. She answered me nay. Such a custom as yours I can have any day. It's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. Then out of my pockets I pulled sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, I have whiskeys and wines of the best, and the words that I spoke sure were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. I'll go back to my parents, confess what I've done, like hell, and hope they will pardon their Protestant son. And if they embrace me as oft times before, I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more.
Nicely done out there.
Oh, the smartest packer that you could find.
Yee-ho, are you most
He's
done?
the old wildcat of the swallowtail line.
Clear away the track and let the bull giant run. Hey, rig-a-jig in the low-back car. Hee-ho, are you most done? Lies-a-lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bull giant run.
Now, Eliza Lee, if you were mine,
Hee-ho, are you most
I
done?
would dress you up in silk so fine.
Clear away the track and let the bull giant
To
run.
me,
Hey, rig-a-jig in the low-back car. Hee-ho, are you most done? Lies-a-lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bull giant run.
now the prettiest sight that you could see
Hee-ho, are you most
is
done?
Eliza Lee all on my knee.
Clear away the track and let the bull giant
To
run.
me,
Hey, rig-a-jig in the low-back car. Hee-ho, are you most done? Lies-a-lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bull giant run.
now in Liverpool town them girls hang round,
Hee-ho, are you most done?
and it's many Eliza will be found.
Clear away the track and let the bull giant
To
run.
me,
Hey, rig-a-jig in a low-back car. Hee-ho, are you most done? Lies-a-lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bull giant run.
now when I come home from across the sea,
Hee-ho, are you most done?
ah, well, Eliza Lee, will you marry me?
Clear away the track and let the bull giant
To
run.
me,
Hey, rig-a-jig in a low-back car. Hee-ho, are you most done? Lies-a-lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bull giant run.
now I'll stay with you upon the shore,
Hee-ho, are you most done?
and it's back to sea we'll go no more.
Clear away the track and let the bull giant
To
run.
me,
Hey, rig-a-jig in the low-back car. Hee-ho, are you most done? Lies-a-lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bull giant run.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you
nice.
very much. Howard Wood.
You have last night's audience beat.
Everybody has that beat.
So what a dead audience. Last night,
Last night was not our best night. We had a bunch of good nights in a row, except for last.
except for last night, right?
At an unnamed college in an unnamed state.
Yeah, Bowdoin College in Maine. I wanted to get that on tape.
That's okay. I remember my first beer.
Their first beer is still on our t-shirts.
Howard Wooden is the new member of the group, and as you just heard, he has a pretty good voice. Howard is going to do a beautiful song right now about growing old with your true love, which beats the alternatives.
Growing old with one of Michael's true loves.
Or with Michael, I guess. This is a song called The Dutchman. How many people have heard this song before? Great. Do you know how it goes? Start for it. Please start it, because I'm like... Actually, it is a beautiful song. If we get this going, if you can sing along with us on this, it would really be appreciated, because we can do some great harmonies at the end. Rusty's going to teach you the words to the chorus. If you've not heard this, it's a great chance to learn a new word, too.
Well, they know the word. The word is Zuiderzee. Zuiderzee. The chorus goes, let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuiderzee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me.
The Dutchman's not the kind of man to keep his thumb jammed in the dam that holds his dreams in. But that's a secret only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam is golden, in the morning Margaret brings him breakfast. She believes him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be, but Margaret only sees that sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuiderzee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes. His cap and gloves are patched with love that Margaret sewed in. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam. He watches tugboats down canals and calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captains. Till Margaret comes to take him home again, through unforgiving streets that trip him though she holds his arm. Sometimes he thinks that he's alone and calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuiderzee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The windmills whirl the winter in. She winds his muffler tighter. They sit in the kitchen. Some tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. He sees her for a moment, calls her name, she makes his bed up humming some old love song. They learned the tune when it was very new. He hummed they hum together in the night. The Dutchman falls asleep, and Margaret blows the candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. One more time. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Thank you. That was lovely. Thank you for singing.
Thanks. You just made our day. Any cat lovers out there today? Well, you should know better than to come to one of our shows.
Cats, it's the other white meat.
Howard here likes cats. Howard is the latest member of the band. The person with the unusual choice in shapes of instruments.
This is the Swiss Army bass. Got a bottle opener and various things in it. All my instruments are the same shape because when I joined the band, there was only so much room in the van to put it all in, so I had to buy these things. So.
There's also an equally interesting psychological write-up done about Howard's
No,
instruments.
that's not true. That's Tom's obsession.
If there are any cat lovers in the audience, just keep repeating to yourself, it's only a song. Well, old Farmer Johnson, he had troubles of his own. He had an ornery cat, just wouldn't leave his home. He tried and he tried to give that cat away. He gave him to a man going far, far away. But the cat came back the very next day. Yes, the cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away. Now, Brother Bill swore he'd kill that cat on sight. He loaded up his gun with rocks and dynamite. He waited and he waited for that cat to come around. 47 pieces of old Bill was all they found. But the cat came back the very next day. Yes, the cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just wouldn't stay away.
Groovy.
I learned that in 1967.
I don't remember the 60s.
It's not what you're thinking. It's because he's too old.
I never exhaled.
Catches up with you after a while. Some of you know we need a little bit of help on this song. All you have to do is the audience to sing this.
Yeah.
Not yet. We'll show you where it goes. Or if you want to harmonize, something like.
That cat was a possessor of a family of his own. 7 little kittens till there was a cyclone. The house began to shudder. There were buildings all around. Not a single trace on those poor little kittens was ever found. Too bad. But the cat came back the very next day. Yes, the cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. Just wouldn't stay away. Now they gave him to a man going up in a balloon. They told him before they gave him to the man in the moon. The balloon got busted and down its bed. 15 miles up, they found that man dead. But the cat came back the very next day. Yes, the cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. Just wouldn't stay away. The last verse is definitely not for the cat lovers in the audience. I suggest at this point you get out your hankies, your earplugs, your air sickness bags, whatever it takes to get through this last verse. The rest of you, the next time you're at a county fair and standing in line for one of those Polish sausages, I suggest you think twice. Well, they took him to the butcher where that meat was ground. They put him in the hopper when the butcher wasn't round. The cat went in with a blood-curdling scream. And the town's meat was furry for more than a week. But the cat came back the very next day. Yes, the cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. Just wouldn't stay away. Just wouldn't stay away. Just wouldn't stay away. Thank you.
You know, this is a great audience, and it really makes us feel good to come back to our home state and get a request for one of our own original tunes. It didn't happen today. But the day's not over.
We'll get to it. This next one is an equally spiritual number entitled, "Oh My God, They Killed Kenny, You Bastards."
The tune from our Side by Each album called Lazy. And in case you don't catch all the words, it's meant to be slightly sarcastic.
This is called Lazy. I was going to call it something else, but just didn't get around to it. So. Have we said how nice it is to be here tonight? I have to keep reminding myself of this because last night was probably one of the worst nights in the band's history as far as audience appreciation. We would have left if we could have.
Don't feel sorry for us.
Don't feel sorry for us, no. It's better that this is after that one.
Right.
This is wonderful. It's restoring our faith in humankind. Right. Trees swaying in the breeze, flies at the back door dancing on the screen. Another lazy day in another lazy town, another lazy man trying to turn his life around. Lying here, bed just feels so right. Nothing gonna make me move till I spend my life lazy, try to find an easy way. Lazy, just don't wanna work all day. Now once I was a working man putting in my time. Long come a downsized man and put me on the line. Lazy, try to find an easy way. Lazy, just don't want to work all day. what can it be? Just take a step in my shoes and maybe you can see. Lazy, try to find an easy way. Lazy, just don't want to work all day. I'd rather pay my dues. This life of leisure that I lead, it's not what I would choose. Lazy, try to find an easy way. Lazy, just don't want to work all day. I hope you heard my story and I hope you heard it clear. That tune changed from any time and doesn't year to year. Lazy, try to find an easy way. Lazy, just don't want to work all day.
Thank you. Rusty Jacobs over here is a man about whom I cannot say enough.
Michael and I have been working together a lot of years.
I never liked you.
We just stay together for the sake of the kids, you know. We've added the discarded vans that we've used in this band, and we've traveled over 1 million miles together, which is a frightening thought. We've worked together a long time. Last night wasn't so bad. Years ago, we were playing a biker bar in Poudre Canyon, Colorado. Been there, huh? Well, we pulled up to the place. There's all these Harleys parked outside, and a black pickup truck with a license plate and a bumper sticker next to the license plate that said, "If I had a hammer, there would be no folk singers." We played the job, and they hired us back. So. But, you know, it's a lot better. Except we were out in Idaho a little while ago, and somebody asked us what state Vermont was in. That was kind of... I'm sure you've all had that experience. Whenever I'm home these days, I spend as much time with my daughter, Katie, as I can. As you can obviously see why. We went to the grocery store the other day. Is it okay if I tell this story? Say yes, thank you. And we got in line behind this guy that I kind of knew. Big guy, about 400 pounds. He was my CPR instructor 2 or 3 years ago. And he was an EMT, and there's nobody I respect more than EMTs. I really like this guy. The kind of work he does is really important. So, but I'm sure he wouldn't remember me. I was trying to think of something to say to him. Well, his beeper goes off, and Katie says, "Look out, Daddy, he's backing up." I turned kind of pink, didn't I? But I thought it would make a good story. That has nothing to do with this song. This song is about foolish questions. Now, you've all heard foolish questions, and you no doubt wonder why. You know, a person can ask a foolish question and expect a sensible reply, like when you bring your girl some candy. Say just after tea, you know, the first thing she's going to do is wrinkle up her nose. She'll ask, "Is that for me?" Foolish questions, why, you may as well reply, "No, that's for your ma and pa," or "I bought that for the guys, I just wanted you to look at it. Now I'm going to take it away." Foolish questions, you hear them every day. Now, as some of you know, I like doing this as an audience participation tune. All you have to do is ask the question every time it comes around. It'll rhyme, of course. Now, suppose the elevator person should forget to close the door, and you walk in and you tumble down, say, 47 floors, and when you reach the bottom, and you're lying there inert, some fool stick his head down the elevator shaft and holler. That was excellent. Foolish questions, your dying words are, no, I was just in an awful hurry. That elevator's too damn slow. Usually saves a lot of time, you know, coming down this way. Foolish questions, you hear them every day. I think I can skip right to the advanced verses. These are the ones that I come from my own personal experience. We get in really late at night, many times. Now the phone rings in the morning. It's about 5:25. You're sleeping awfully soundly. You're just barely alive. As you stumble to the telephone, you break a coffee cup, and the voice on the other end will ask, foolish questions, you lie right on cue. Hell no, I'm up every morning at 20 after 2. That's when I'm gonna call you tomorrow, just to prove it's true. Foolish questions, you know, that's what I would do. The next one's a little bit tricky, so if you get it, shout it out good and loud so everybody else can get it too. This is an absolutely true story. We were playing at an alehouse. It was a low-down kind of place when this biker staggers to the stage and stares me in the face. And though I'm singing loudly with my guitar in my hand, this guy shouts, hey, buddy. Foolish questions. I looked at him and grinned. Hell no, I'm the bouncer. How did you get in? I guess you're gonna have to leave now. He swung at me, I ducked. Stupid answers, you know, that one really was dumb. The last verse is also tricky, but I'll give you a clue. It has the word reading in the question. I was riding on a bus. It was a cold and breezy day. So I sat right down on the New York Times, you know, to keep the cold away. Well, this guy, he sees the paper on which I just barely sat, and he leans right over and he asks me, say, foolish questions. So to him I spoke. Well, as a matter of fact, I am, I said, but he took that for a joke. So I got up and I turned the page and sat back down again. Foolish questions, you hear them now and then.
I'd like to welcome you at this time to the Scottish portion of our show. Are there any Scotties in the house here tonight? All right. Woo. Free concert, right?
Don't encourage him, please.
Feel free to throw things, though.
Didn't you say that last night?
Yeah, it worked. We'll do a song now that answers that age-old question that everyone has whenever they see a Scotsman walking down the street dressed in a kilt.
Don't get ahead of us now.
This will be the family version, so.
You don't know his family.
We have daughters here. That's right, Jerry Springer specials. Oh, a Scotsman dressed all in his kilt left the bar one evening fair. You could tell by the way he walked that it had more than his share. He staggered off until he could no longer keep his feet. Then he stumbled off onto the grass to sleep beside the street. Ring-ding-diddle-diddle-I-D-O, ring-ding-diddle-I-O. He stumbled off onto the grass to sleep beside the street. Well, about this time 2 young and lovely girls came passing by. Said one unto the other with a twinkle in her eye, see yon sleeping Scotsman, so strong, handsome built. I wonder if it's true that he wears nothing neath his kilt. Ring-ding-diddle-diddle-I-D-O, ring-ding-diddle-I-O. I wonder if it's true that he wears nothing neath his kilt. So they crept up on that sleeping Scotsman, quiet as could be, and lifted up his kilt about an inch so they could see. Lo and behold, for them to view beneath his Scottish skirts was nothing more than God had blessed him with upon his birth. Ring-ding-diddle-diddle-I-D-O, ring-ding-diddle-I-O. Was nothing more than God had blessed him with upon his birth. They marveled for a moment, then they said, we must be gone. Let's leave for him a souvenir before we travel on. As a gift they left a blue silk ribbon tied up in a bow. Around the bonny star that Scotsman's kilt did lift and show. Ring ding diddle diddle ideo, ring ding diddle I-o. Around the bonny star the Scotsman's kilt did lift and show. Well, the Scotsman rose to nature's call and headed for the trees. He lifted up his kilt and then he gawks at what he sees. And in his drunken voice he says what's before his eyes. Oh lad, I don't know where you been, but I see you won first prize. Ring ding diddle diddle ideo, ring ding diddle I-o. Oh lad, I don't know where you been, but I see you won first prize.
Thank you. Me as a saint. This next is a song about a Scotsman who has a very, very thick, heavy Scottish brogue. He proposes to his lady friend, and she answers, "Huh?"
Can you marry me, lassie, at the kirk of Boozle, till the day you die, lassie, ye will ne'er repent it. Can you marry me, lassie, at the kirk of Boozle, till the day you die, lassie, ye will ne'er repent it. You were where when you were wed, a kirtle and a heel and fled, high above a heather bed, see Coodle and see Canty. When you can with me, lassie, dee the kirk of Boozle, little brogues and all, lassie, oh, but you'll be canty. Can you marry me, lassie, at the kirk of Boozle, till the day you die, lassie, ye will ne'er repent it. Though your tucker is but small, the hot and brave will wear for all. I'll save myself the mac you brought, and you will ne'er repent it. When you marry me, lassie, dee the kirk of Boozle, little brogues and all, lassie, oh, but you'll be canty. Can you marry me, lassie, at the kirk of Boozle, till the day you die, lassie, you will never repent it. I'll hunt the otter and the brock, the hart, the hare, the heathercock, and you alone will spay the rock and make your dishes dainty. When you marry me, lassie, dee the kirk of Boozle, little brogues and all, lassie, oh, but you'll be canty. Can you marry me, lassie, at the kirk of Boozle, till the day you die, lassie, you will ne'er repent it. Can you marry me, lassie, at the kirk of Boozle, till the day you die, lassie, you will ne'er repent it. Can you marry me, lassie, you will ne'er repent it.
Thank you.
We'll do some Vermont music. Vermont music with Celtic connections. I had to move out of Vermont recently, I'm sad to say. I now live in South Burlington. Probably shouldn't tell this on camera, but you know what the difference between South Burlington and yogurt is? Yogurt has an active culture.
We may be southern enough on that one.
I think we're good. Yeah. These are tunes that were popular in, they're Irish in origin, but they're popular in the days of the Republic of Vermont, back when we were an independent country, which we probably still would be, but we couldn't get cable. First one's one of my favorite slow airs called Farewell. very much. We're going to close this first set out with a tune that we had a request for, Daughters and Sons.
This is a liberal anthem of sorts because I am just to the left of Bernie Sanders. And, it's okay if you're an extreme right-wing conservative, as long as you don't mind, you know, eternal damnation. But seriously, this is an important song. It's a privilege to do it. Here we go. They would not hear your music and they pulled your paintings down. They would not read your writing and they banned you from town. But they could not stop your dreaming, and a victory you have won. For you sown the seeds of freedom in your daughters, in your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You sown the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons. Your weary smile, it proudly hides the chain marks on your hands when you bravely strive to realize the rights of everyone. And though your body's bent and low, a victory you have won. For you sown the seeds of justice in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You sown the seeds of justice in your daughters and your sons. But I don't know your religion, but one day I heard you pray for a world where everyone can work and children they can play. And though you never got your share of the fruits that you have won, you sown the seeds of equality in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You sown the seeds of equality in your daughters and your sons. When they taunted you in Belfast, they tortured you in Spain, and in that Warsaw ghetto, they tied you up in chains. In Vietnam, in Chile, and they came with tanks and guns. It was there you sowed the seeds of peace in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. It was there you sowed the seeds of peace in your daughters and your sons. And now your music's playing and the writing's on the wall, and all the dreams you painted can be seen by one and all. And now you come in thinking that the future's just begun. They have sown the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You sown the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You sown the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Even the conservatives are applauding. Actually, we have a lot of conservative fans, which is interesting. And we really like talking to them, because if they come to hear folk music, they're usually conservatives with one or two liberal attitudes, and we're kind of liberals with one or two conservative attitudes. For example, I think very highly of private sector support for the arts, a very Republican idea. During the break, we're going to be selling cassettes and CDs.
And
T-shirts and coffee mugs.
We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back when we're damn good and ready. So enjoy the rest of the evening, and we shall return. Thank you.
This is a song that Tom wrote after the big flood in Montpelier in 1993.
day, 40 hours long. It starts off right, but your eyes all wrong. You're thinking what's the use, pack it up, move along. But don't give in, for together we're strong. Kick, scream, yell and shout, let loose with a moan. Might seem there's no way out, but you don't have to go it alone. Water coming up, trouble lapping at the door. Dreams float away like the time before. Don't give in, don't close the book. Just turn the page and have another look. Kick, scream, yell and shout, let loose with a moan. Might seem there's no way out, but you don't have to go it alone. It's just a little song, but I hope you can see. When you think you're all alone, take a listen to me. There was help from a stranger who didn't ask why. We're all in this together, gotta give another try. Kick, scream, yell and shout, let loose with a moan. Might seem there's no way out. Let loose with a moan. But you don't have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
We do different arrangements of that every time we do that.
Somebody
never know what you'll
prearranges
do.
something before we get up here.
We're going to do another drinking song. We do a lot of drinking songs. People get the wrong idea about us. I mean,
These are water drinking songs.
3-2.
no, I think seriously, especially with the cameras rolling, we ought to say that we are against, quite seriously, we're very much against drinking and driving. We think it's a really bad idea. You're risking innocent lives when you do it. You're also risking a DUI, which is particularly bad if you're going through Arlington, where they have a dyslexic policeman who's giving people IUDs.
It's very painful.
So we have no say. That being said, we're going to do a drinking song a cappella, which means, of course, oh my God, where did the orchestra go? You have a part in it which we're not going to explain because we use this sort of as an audience check to sort of find out how intelligent and sober our audience is. You'll get it.
This is a true story about a pub called the Dun Cow. As I was sitting in a public house playing dominoes one night, all of a sudden a man came in, his face all filled with fright. What's up, says Brown, have you seen your aunt? Have you seen your Aunt Mariah? Oh, me Aunt Mariah be buggered, says he, the bleeding pub's on fire. Then up jumps Brown, what a bit of luck, what a bit of luck, cried he. Down in the cellar with the fire up there, we'll have a railroad spree. So we all went down with good old Brown, and beer we could not miss. And we hadn't been down 10 minutes there, until we were like this. Oh, there was Brown upside down, lapping all the whiskey off the floor. Booze, booze, the firemen cried as they come knocking at the door. Oh, don't let 'em in till it's all mopped up. Somebody shouted McIntyre. My side got it. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old Dun Cow caught fire. Then Johnson went to the port wine tub and gave it just a few hard knocks. He started taking off his pantaloons, likewise his shoes and socks. Oh no, says Brown, if you want to wash your feet, there's a tub of 4 ale here. Don't put your trotters in the port wine tub. while we've got some old stale beer. Oh, there was Brown upside down, lapping all the whiskey off the floor. Booze, booze, the firemen cried as they come knocking at the door. Oh, don't let 'em in till it's all mopped up. Somebody shouted McIntyre. It's better. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. Just then there came a terrible crash as half the bleeding roof gave way. We almost drowned from the fireman's hose, but still we all stayed gay. Whoopee. So we found some sacks with old tin tacks and bound ourselves inside. And we all sat drinking good old scotch till we were all bleary-eyed. Oh, there was Brown upside down, lapping all the whiskey off the floor. Booze, booze, the firemen cried as they come knocking at the door. Oh, don't let 'em in till it's all mopped up. Somebody shouted McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, paralytic drunk when the old dun cow caught fire.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Do we have anyone from Canada here tonight? I guess we can still do this. Let's try this question. Do we have any Gordon Lightfoot fans here? Good.
It's your bedtime.
This is a very old Gordon Lightfoot tune. In fact, it's so old that he didn't even write it. It was written by Ry Cooder. The title of the song is Alberta Bound. It's a story about a young man who makes his way from Alberta into the big city of Toronto, tries to make his fame and fortune, meet a few girls, and things don't quite work out. So he heads back to Alberta. It's a very easy one to sing along with. The words go to the chorus, Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be. Oh, we got it.
Could you repeat that, please?
Oh, the prairie lights are burning bright, the Chinook wind is a-moving in, and tomorrow night I'll be Alberta bound. Though I've done the best I could, my own luck ain't been so good, and tomorrow night I'll be Alberta bound. No one I love could ever get the Rocky Mountain sunset, it's a pleasure just to be Alberta bound. I long to see my next of kin, to know what kind of shape they're in, and tomorrow night I'll be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Now the skyline of Toronto is something you get onto, but they say you've got to live there for a while. And if you've got the money, you can get yourself a honey, written guarantee to make you smile. But it's snowing in the city and the streets are brown and pretty, and I know there's pretty girls all over town, but they never seem to find me like the one I left behind me. It's the reason that I'll be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Michael. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Yeah, the skyline of Toronto is something you get onto, but they say you've got to live there for a while. And if you've got the money, you can get yourself a honey, written guarantee to make you smile. But it's snowing in the city and the streets are brown and pretty, and I know there's pretty girls all over town, but they never seem to find me like the one I left behind me. It's the reason that I'll be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. One more time now, nice and loud. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Thank you very much. Thanks.
You can talk for a while. We are.
Right now, Mr. Tom McKenzie, who is a world-class hammered dulcimer player, will do an extremely sensitive and provocative piece of material. Mr. Tom McKenzie.
I'm going to take you back. Those of you who are old enough remember things like Est. that experiment in self-discovery and determination and things like that that never worked. This is back when all of us were messed up right after the 60s. They thought that that was going to cure us all. It didn't work, of course. So we moved on from that to silly songs like this. This is one that will get rid of all of your inhibitions, I hope. And it'll save you $150 an hour psychologist, too. That being said, this is a real easy song because you only have to sing 2 words and they're both the same and I say them both first. So you just repeat after me at the appropriate point. You'll catch on real quick, I'm sure. Even penny whistlers have been known to catch on to this. So. See? When I was a wee tot, they took me from my wee cot, put me on my wee pot, to see if I would wee or not. Wee, 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 wee. Wasn't bad. When they saw that I would not, they took me from my wee pot, put me in my wee cot. There I wee-weed quite a lot. Wee, 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 wee. Don't you feel better already? Took me from my wee cot, smacked me on my wee butt, which goes to show that you should not drink much when the weather's hot. Wee wee, wee wee, wee wee, wee wee. You're slacking off a little bit there. I was young and in my prime, I used to wee all the time. Now I'm old and turning gray, I scarce can wee twice a day. Wee wee, wee wee, wee wee, wee wee. Thank you. They made me do that.
We're going to do another one of our original tunes. It's a tune that's called Roll Highway Roll. We actually wrote it in Canada, up in Saskatchewan, where, well, Saskatchewan makes Kansas look hilly. It's a really flat place, so we wrote a song called Roll Highway Roll. And actually, on a different tour, we were driving across the desert of Wyoming, turned on the radio, and they were playing Roll Highway Roll. It was a really neat experience for us. So we started lip syncing, you know. Feel like singing? Words go, roll highway roll. Roll highway roll. Roll me down to the Gulf of Mexico. If we'd known it was going to be hit, we would have spent more time on it.
Roll highway, roll, Mexico. Roll, highway, roll. Well, I knew a down east girl, and she was more than just a friend. And she stayed around till times got bad, then the highway called again. Roll, highway, roll. Roll, highway, roll. Roll me down to the Gulf of Mexico. Roll, highway, roll. Now I heard you built your home down by the river bend, and I hope I get to see you there before it floods again. Roll, highway, roll. Roll, highway, roll. Roll me down to the Gulf of Mexico. Roll, highway, roll. Pain will steal your future. Time will forget your past. And the seasons don't care who you are, and nothing seems to last. Roll, highway, roll, highway, roll. Roll me down to the Gulf of Mexico. Roll, highway, roll. Roll, highway, roll. Roll, highway, roll. Roll me down to the Gulf of Mexico. Roll, highway, roll.
Nice singing.
Thank you very much. It's neat, people are still arriving. We'll start over now.
We're going to do a song that was requested, and yet still we're going to do it. It's a song that it's kind of touched us over the last few months. It's a song called The Banks of Newfoundland. It's the story of a 19th century sailing ship that makes its way from Nova Scotia and Newfoundland area on its normal run down to New York. And along the way, the ship's brave young captain, he gets sick and he dies. It's a real up song. But I love it because I think it brings out the personality, and it's really written from the perspective of the crew itself and how they deal with this tragedy and their thoughts and emotions behind it. It's called The Banks of Newfoundland. On St. Patrick's Day, the 17th, for New York we set sail. Kind fortune did favor us with sweet and pleasant gale. We borne away for America, the Indian of the land, and we caught a spray as we plowed the waves bound down for Newfoundland. Well, our captain's name was Nelson, just 20 years of age, as true and brave a sailor lad has ever plowed the waves. Our brig was called the Evelyn, belonging to McLean. So we bore away toward Halifax, bound down for Newfoundland. On the third day out, to our surprise, our captain, he fell sick. He shortly was not able to take his turn on deck. The fever raged, which made us think that death was near at hand. So we've gone away from Halifax, bound down for Newfoundland. Well, at 3 o'clock we sighted a light that we were glad to see. The smallpox, it was raging, that's what it proved to be. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, as sure as God's command, oh, we passed away near a shot, bound down for Newfoundland. Oh, that night long we did lament for our departed friend, and we were praying unto God, oh, what had been his end. We prayed to God to guide us and keep us by his hand, and to send us fair wind while at sea, bound down for Newfoundland, and to send us fair wind while at sea, bound down for Newfoundland. Thank you.
Thank you. We are having a good time tonight. Are you having a good time? Or as they say in Scotland, here's a bottle and an honest friend. Would you ask for any more? It's translated from Scottish to English. Who knows before their life may end with troubles are in store, so catch the moments as they fly. Use them as you ought. Believe me, happiness is shy. It comes not by when sought.
Well, a fine pint of beer wouldn't do us any harm, and a fine pint of beer wouldn't do us any harm, and a fine pint of beer wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. If the devil's in the way, we'll roll it over him. If the devil's in the way, we'll roll it over him. If the devil's in the way, we'll roll it over him. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. Now a night with the girls wouldn't do us any harm, and a night with the girls wouldn't do us any harm, and a night with the girls wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Is advertised in Boston, New York, and Buffalo. 100 party sailors a whaling for to goes. Blow your winds in the morning, blow your winds hi-ho. All the way you're running here and blow, boys, blow. They tell you the glitter ships are running in and out. They say you take 500 whales before you're 6 months out. Blowy winds in the morning, blowy winds I ho. All the way you're running here and blow, boys, blow. The captain's on the afterdeck, just waking up the sails. Way up above the lookout spots a mighty school of whales singing. Blowy winds in the morning, blowy winds I ho. All the way you're running here and blow, boys, blow. Lower down the boats, my boys, and after him we'll travel. But if you get too near his tail, I'll kick you to the devil, singing. Blowy winds in the morning, blowy winds I ho. All the way I'm running here and blow, boys, blow. And after he's ours, my boys, we'll bring him alongside. Then over with our blubber hooks and rob him of his hide, singing. Blowy winds in the morning, blowy winds I ho. All the way I'm running here and blow, boys, blow. When we get through our shipmates fast, we get through our sailing. Pop ribbon glass or run real fast, take this blubber whaling, singing. Blowy winds in the morning, blowy winds I go. All the way you're running here and blow, boys, blow. Singing, blowy winds in the morning, blowy winds I go. All the way you're running here and blow, boys, blow.
Thank you. Okay, traditional song now that seems to bring out all the best, I'd say, values and things that this country is made of. The name of the song is Gimme Some. And that is your part. When we get to the chorus, you need to sing Gimme Some, Gimme Some. If any particular verse seems to hit at home a little closer to the heart, then you need to really yell that one out. So, gimme some, gimme some. Beer and whiskey, whiskey and beer makes your head start aching, makes your eyes look queer, makes you spend your money, turns you blind and dumb. Give me some, give me some. Get any idea? Too strong tobacco, cigarette smoke. What a dirty habit, makes you damn near choke. Fills your lungs with poison, makes your brain go numb. And give me some, give me some. Oh, will I ever get smart?
I doubt it.
Tell me something's bad and I can't live without it. Bread and gravy, chicken chow mein. Too much fancy eating only brings you pain. Doctor says, hold on there, now not another crumb. And give me some, give me some. Nights with poker, blackjack and dice. You start to win a little, get to feeling nice. Bet it all and roll 'em, snake eyes, sorry chum. Give me some, give me some. Oh, will I ever get smart?
I doubt it.
Tell me something's bad and I can't live without it. Credit cards and shopping, let's all go to the mall. Once we get inside there, it's time to spend it all. Don't worry about the payments, just make the minimums. Give me some, give me some. Satellite and cable, your eyes glued to the set. You get a little tired, jump on the internet. It doesn't really matter, it's just like chewing gum. And give me some, give me some. Oh, will we ever get smart?
No.
Tell me something's bad and I can't live without it. And beer and whiskey, whiskey and beer makes your head start aching, makes your eyes look queer, makes you spend your money, turns you blind and dumb. And give me some, give me some, yeah, give me some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120,
Howard's going to join everything anonymous. We're going to do a tune that lets Michael and Tom show off on their instruments. They're both world-class banjo players. And I mean that seriously. It's a pleasure to be able to work with them. Tom is a world-class hammer dulcimer player as well. As you already noticed. There's less competition there, but you know. If banjo becomes an Olympic event in the year 2000, these guys will both be on the American team. Michael's already known as... Michael has worked on his reputation as the Tanya Harding of banjo. Thanks. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You've been great. We have time for one more. I'm sorry to announce. Please help us sing this one. This is a Woody Guthrie tune, which you all know if you went to first grade. we did a show in my hometown not that long ago, and there was a little article in the newspaper before we got there, saying it was my hometown. Well, my first grade teacher showed up, came to the show, and we got to chatting. It was really neat. Now she's on the internet. You know, these Find Anyone programs you can use on the internet. She's looking up the first grade class of whatever it was. She's going to have a class reunion. I'm not sure I'm going to go. You know, I gained 100 pounds, that sort of thing.
That was last year.
What you don't know is that she recognized Rusty from his beard.
We still have a few cassette tapes and CDs and T-shirts and mugs left.
A few?
Well, actually, we have billions and billions of them. We hope we see you all again real soon. Be careful driving, and don't forget to use a lot of fiber in your diet. And don't forget to floss.
I'm not allowed to tell Michael to tell people. Michael made me promise not to tell people how old he was, so I won't. But he's been a member of AARP for 3 years now.
I am getting older. I'm practicing getting older. I drove over here today with my right turn signal on the whole damn way.
We're just putting off doing the last song because we don't want to go.
Please join us. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of a highway, I saw above me the endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Sing a song. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking, I saw a sign there, and on that sign it said, Rush Limbaugh. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. That sign was made for you and me. And this land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. In the shadow of the steeple, I saw my people by the relief office. I saw my people, and some were hungering, and some were wondering if this land was made for you and me. Nobody living can make me turn back as I go marching down freedom's highway. Nobody living can ever stop me, 'cause this land's still made for you and me. By yourselves, this land is... This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. Thank you. God bless us, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thanks. We'll do some Gregorian chants for you now.
Thank you very
No,
much.
maybe not.
We're going to do a double banjo tune. No. There's a tune called Going Away for to Leave You. It's on our Journey Home album. We're working on a new album.
Yeah.
We signed a contract with Warner Brothers. We're trying to figure out how to get them to sign.
That's like that contract with Columbia, right? Same one?
8 CDs for a penny. Well, we had a great time tonight. I hope you all come and see us again.
We will, I think we'll be playing at the tent in Bennington this summer, won't we?
Yeah.
That's for those of them who are still be attending school at that moment. Is that
Sure.
We'd like to close out with a sort of a square dance tune about unrequited love, and unrequited love is neat because it lasts longer.
You got a lot of sympathy from that.
I'm going away for to leave you. Might not come back anymore, more. I'm never gonna see your face again. It's honey on that far distant shore. Honey on that far distant shore. But I'm going down to old New Orleans just to ride on that river boat. Gotta keep a sailing all night long just to keep the darn boat afloat. Here we go. Well, I'm going away for to leave you. Might not come back anymore. I'm never gonna see your face again. Baby, it's honey on that far distant shore. Honey on that far distant shore. Well, here is where I was born and raised, where the cold, cold north wind blows. But I'm going down to old Tennessee, where my good gal only knows. Well, I'm going away for to leave you. Might not come back anymore. Yeah, I'm never gonna see your face again. It's honey on that far distant shore. Honey on that far distant shore. Well, keep a light in your window, keep it burning bright. Someday I'll probably come and knocking at your door. Maybe you'll treat him right. Well, I'm going away for to leave you. Might not come back anymore. Yeah, I'm never gonna see your face again. It's honey on that far distant shore. Honey on that far distant shore. Well, I'm going away for to leave you. Might not come back anymore. Yeah, I'm never gonna see your face again. It's honey on that far distant shore. Honey on that far distant shore. Be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
They would not hear your music and they tore your paintings down. They would not read your writing and they banned you from the town. But they could not stop your dreaming, and a victory you have won. For you've sown the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You've sown the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons.
Your weary smile, it proudly hides the chain marks on your hands when you bravely strive to realize the rights of everyone. And though your body's bent and low, a victory you have won. For you've sown the seeds of justice in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You've sown the seeds of justice in your daughters and your sons. Well, I don't know your religion, but one day I heard you pray for a world where everyone can work and children they can play. And though you never got your share of the fruits that you have won, you've sown the seeds of equality in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You've sown the seeds of equality in your daughters and your sons. For they taunted you in Belfast and they tortured you in Spain. And in that Warsaw ghetto, they tied you up in chains. In Vietnam, in Chile, they came with tanks and guns. It was there you sowed the seeds of peace in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. It was there you sowed the seeds of peace in your daughters and your sons. And now your music's playing and the writing's on the wall, and all the dreams you painted can be seen by one and all. And now you got them thinking and the future's just begun. For you've sown the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You've sown the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons, in your daughters and your sons, your daughters and your sons. You've sown the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons. When the sun goes down over Dublin town, the colors last for hours. Oh, the lights come on, the night's a song, and the streets all turn to gold. A gentle mist all heaven kissed, like teardrops off an angel's wing. Don't you know you'll cleanse your soul with a walk in the Irish rain? Oh, Catherine, take my hand, I got £3 in change. I'll sing you songs of love again, and when I get too drunk to sing, we'll walk in the Irish rain.